main character.
And we are live. Thank you everyone in chat for joining us tonight for the start of our new D&D campaign, Aetherseed Cycle of Stars. Before I get into more, let's go quickly around the room and everyone can introduce themselves and who they are playing. Let's start with Jade.
Okay, so I'm Jade, and I'm going to be playing Willow Wisp, or as she likes to be called, Will, but no one else knows that yet. Fire Genasi Cleric.
Okay. Hey.
Hi, I'm Nate. I'm playing Aurelius Giovanni Reminesh, but I'm just Errol because that's a lot of words. I'm playing a craggling police officer. That's literally it. I'm average Joe McAverageson.
For those already wondering, what the hell is a craggling? Craggling is a new race that we've created for this campaign. It is essentially half tiefling, half Goliath. Next up, let's go for a rogue.
Hi, I'm Ash. I'm playing a Dagobert Lightfoot, a halfling rogue.
Thought it was Swiftfoot.
Yeah, it might be. He's getting his characters mixed up. He's heavily into industrial espionage, and he's just found out that his latest employer has backstabbed him, leaving him in a rather precarious position.
And last but not least, our Bones equivalent medical examiner.
Hi, I'm Kat. So I'm playing RaQui MriTtyur, and yes, I'm an Aarakocra bard and a medical examiner with a twist. So.
Yes. So, to put us in the world, the last time we had an Aetherseed campaign, the world was very much what you'd expect from a D&D campaign. Sword and sorcery, wizards in high towers, world-ending threats, and travel time and no indoor plumbing. This game is very different. The clock has been moved forward by quite a bit, and we are now in a modern world. A world with worldwide communications, industrialized, generally available magic. Magic is a commodity. And of course, magical phones. Because of course, the world was pretty much the same, as I said. Pretty much what you'd expect from a magical world. But in the past few centuries, there was one woman who made an intriguing discovery. Her name was Valara MriTtyur. She was an artificer, an apprentice, and by complete accident, created a substance called the filament. The filament is a substance capable of replicating or substituting every single magical component out there. It can be anything and everything. With that creation, well, things changed. A creative race started, industrial revolution followed, and the world moved forward from literally just being dependent only on magic, and technology flourished, science flourished. It is magic and electronics. There are things that are both magic and science. There are both some things that are mixed, and there are just straight up electric mechanic products. Magitech is a thing, but there is actually a place in the world that has no magic, not at all. And it is the most scientifically advanced nation on the planet. They have to be. But yes, it's not all magic, but where there is magic, it is a mix. Let's call it Magitech. In fact, something that is key for all our players and most people around the world are the weavers. Weavers are the term they use for your phones. At one point, they were simply means of communications. But once filament technology was brought in, or more specifically, once demand was there, they were integrated with the technology. And now they not only act as phones, but also as casting systems. People buy filament modules, which are essentially like SD cards. But it is SD cards that allow you to cast cantrips, allow you to summon weapons out of midair. You can put on a full suit of armor with a press of a button. And of course, it serves as casting assistance to spellcasters, taking over words, gestures, materials. They just have to supply mana, magic, and they do the rest of the work. Of course, because of that, a lot of things are regulated, including magic. You need a license to get one of those. Well, things get a bit interesting. Right now, our players are in the country of Meru, the seat of filament technology, in the city of Boise, spelled B-O-I-C-H-E-Z. Everything in this country has a, let's call it French pronunciation. In the country of Boise, each of these characters are now in a factory. A candy factory, in fact. Errol is Giovanni, Ramanesh of the Boise Police Department, a homicide detective, was given a tip by a fellow colleague that a series of graffiti and strange patterns that he'd been finding in all of his cases lately had made an appearance at the factory. So he was there to take a look. RaQui was investigating a body that was found in that factory and had gone to the victim's office to see if they could find anything that could be useful in the investigation. Dagobert, on the other hand, was hired by a colleague of sorts from their old alma mater, and he was to allow them to infiltrate this facility without being detected. At which point the employer knocked Dagobert out. Just choked him out and left him there for dead. As for Willow followed the hunch. Willow saw she is a chef in another country and helps the homeless. And she saw some of their regulars being led by someone from her past that looked a bit rough. And this person led them through a gateway. She followed, desperate to find what was going on, and found herself appearing in the janitor's closet of this factory, just seconds before an explosion rocked the building. Errol was pushed inside and out of the way of the blast by his partner, a partner that Errol still doesn't trust for some reason, but we'll get to that eventually. Dagobert was unconscious on the second floor, and RaQui and Willow were knocked against one another as the building and things fell around them. We are right now in the factory. The factory that belongs to the corporation Mordacorp, the prime supplier of food and other general goods around the world. Dagobert, you wake up to the ground shaking under your feet. You hear a crash of glass behind you, and you start to smell the strange scent of smoke. This acrid smell, but there's also, strangely, something sweet in it, almost like caramel, just burnt sugar. It can be Dagobert, whatever you would prefer.
Dagobert will be fine. He gets up, shakes his head, rubs his temples. He's like thinking to himself, oh, cheated again. I should learn. And he runs across to the window, has a look down, see if he can get out that way.
You can't. The explosion that rocked the building, it not only broke that window that you came through, it's actually most of it has fallen below, but the pipe you had used has blown off and is actually lying down behind the building. You could get down, but it would be something of a 70-foot drop. You would fall, but have a very sudden stop.
Yeah, Dagobert's not scared of heights. He's scared of grounds. So he decides not to take that option. He has a quick look around the room, see where the doors are.
You look around, you are in you immediately think it's almost a classroom, but it's a meeting room, but the kind of has like it's almost set like a classroom, like a whiteboard at the back, and just several rows of tables where people can sit down and talk. You are at the back next to the window. All the tables and chairs are in disarray. The blackboard has kind of just fallen on its side, and there is one door to your left around the middle of the room that leads into a hallway. You see that the door is cracked open, and there seems to be this strange white growth almost spreading through the wall now, with little bits that look like just black spots on it.
He just runs over to the door and just has a little peek out to see what he can see.
You peek and you see that this growth extends all over the wall, the right wall on this hallway, goes up to the ceiling, kind of then goes to the other side and moves and is just a bit on the floor. You see that there are about 3 people in lab coats. They're choking, they're coughing. Nothing, you don't see anything else.
That's disturbing. I'm gonna have to go this way. He just steps out into the corridor and just starts making his way along.
As you step through the corridor, I need you to make a dexterity saving throw, please. For the first roll of our night.
And that is a 7.
Oof, that's not enough. You stepping through and you see something move to your side and you go to duck instinctively, but are not quick enough, and this strange growth that is on the wall, part of it shoots out and hits you right on the face. I need you to make a 42 Constitution saving throw.
21.
21. You feel at the touch something acidic and almost as if it's something's spreading, but for a moment you feel a bit of pain, but then it falls. But as this happens, you see that down the corridor, something is going on with the scientists. One of them is shaking uncontrollably. You see before your eyes how his skin is turning brown and then starts to melt. And then you see that bones begin to fall off, like slip through the brown skin and be replaced, but looks like almonds and just shards of peanuts. And you see these humans, elves, dwarves be turned before your eyes into chocolate. Into creations of chocolate. They are choco zombies. Just made of chocolate, almonds, nougat. And I will show you, you will probably see it on stream right now. I will show what Dagobert is looking at right now. So you can see your choco zombies.
Dagobert, make sure he's right in the center of the corridor, pulls out his 2 combat knives, and he's just thinking to himself, this is nuts. Quite literally nuts.
And you realize that the thing that just struck you almost infected you with the same disease. And you realize that the thing continues to spread all over and it seems to move by its own volition.
I need to get out of here.
Bounding down the hall,
Right.
there are doors all over the place, leading into other offices, laboratories, and so on. There is a fire escape that seems to have broken off as well, but you do find that you do see, with your passive perception, you do see that down the hall there is a door that leads to a ladder, either down, like a staircase that goes downstairs or upstairs.
I decide to start running towards that door.
You will need to pass through the chocolate zombies to get there. Are you attempting to fight them off, or will you just try to stealth or perform another action?
I'm going to sneak past them.
Okay, I'll have you make a stealth roll.
Yeah, that didn't work. Natural 1.
Natural 1, you try to move, but get too close to one of the broken windows and just keep cracking the broken window panes, and the zombies go and begin to move towards you. I need you to roll initiative.
Natural 20.
Natural 20, very good. We'll straight up go to your turn.
I will stab the nearest chocolate
The
zombie.
next zombie, it's a long hallway. Again, still there are doors all over the place. You don't know if those places are interconnected or not. Impossible to tell from here. The nearest zombie is about 20 feet away, and there is 10 feet spaced apart. The door that you want to reach is 70 feet away.
Wish I had a flamethrower. Yeah, so I'll just run towards the nearest one. Swing me first combat knife towards his throat.
Make an attack roll.
That is 23.
That hits.
And that is 8 points of damage.
Okay,
And as a bonus action, I'll follow off with my offhand
go for it.
and miss with a 3.
Ooh, that's not with a 3.
Yeah.
That's not enough. You hit it and you slice. You have very nicely tempered chocolate, very glossy chocolate on your knife now. A piece of peanut there as well. And the zombie goes and just lunges towards you. That is its attack. That is a 14 to hit.
Hit.
That hits. You take 4 points of piercing damage as your shoulder is pierced by these super tough, super dense peanut shard teeth. And I need you to make another Constitution saving throw.
That is a 11.
That is enough. The DC is 10. You are safe from the Choco zombies. The other zombies, the one at the back hasn't noticed you yet. It's still in the middle of transformation, and the other one is beginning its transformation, so they're not acting yet. It is your turn.
I'll try to finish off the zombie I'm fighting at the moment.
Make an attack.
That is a 14.
That hits.
And I do 12 points of damage.
You had the intention of decapitating first. This time you succeed. You cut it off. Cut the head off. It flies and it falls and it melts like chocolate under the sun, leaving only pieces of almond and peanuts and a nougat head.
And as a bonus action, I cast First Aid on myself.
Okay. Actually, First Aid is an action, not a bonus action.
Okay, I won't do that then.
Are you attempting to do any moves?
I'll attempt to hide.
Okay, make your stealth roll.
20.
You dive through one of the open into one of the open rooms and find yourself in a laboratory. And it's a mix of like a modern science lab and alchemist's den. There are cauldrons, colorful reagents of every form, beakers, and every fucking scientific method instrument you can think of. And everything seems to be in disarray. There are things floating in some of the vats that smile at you. And they seem a bit weird. But I'll have you make a perception check from here.
That is a 8.
8. You look around and you can see from one window into the actual proper plant itself, and it's in chaos. But it's so much chaos around you, and you're trying to lay low that you don't really notice anything. As we're there, we're gonna move to Errol. Errol, the last thing you saw was your partner pushing out of the way before an explosion rocked the building and literally took him out of your sight. You fell through a door and everything collapsed behind you. You're on the ground floor. And in a hallway, you see some debris in front of you. And you think you could move through, and you likely will too, because you're kind of locked between walls and that piece of debris. And beyond that, make a perception check. Actually, no. I'll use your passive for that one.
Oh, then I see nothing because it's 10.
It's 10. In this case, it is enough, because you do hear when the explosion happened. After the explosion happened, you landed. You heard some voices on the other side.
On the other side of the rubble, or
yeah, on the side of the rubble that is in front of you. The one that looks not as packed as the one behind you. Like behind you, an entire fucking wall collapsed. You just see like bits of the ceiling fell off on this one.
I assume I have a radio because I was technically working.
Yes.
I'm going to try to radio Varys to see if he's okay.
Doesn't respond.
I will radio. What was his name? Hang on. Rotnar, because he's somewhere here too.
You get it's intermittent. The staticky, and when it goes, Errol, you there?
Yeah, explosion. The building's falling down on us.
Yeah, we're outside. We're calling emergency services. The captain's sending people. Hold on, see if you can find any survivors and get them out in safety.
Yeah, officer down. Varys is behind me somewhere. The wall came down on us.
We'll look for him.
Okay. I'll head up, see if I can find any other survivors.
RaQui and Will. Well, you had found yourself in a janitor's closet coming into this building, and after RaQui opened the door for you, an explosion rocked the building, knocked you two together, and things fell on you. You're now a bit hurt. Some of the debris fell on you, and you are in a hallway. Behind you is the janitor's closet. There is some debris in there. Behind RaQui is what used to be the office of the manager, which was the victim that whose murder RaQui was investigating. And to your left and right, to the right is the rest of the hallway with more doors leading to some offices and a set of stairs that lead up and a door at the back that you think from the signs leads to the actual main plant floor. Behind you, though, there's a loose pile of debris. It's stacked, but it doesn't look like it doesn't look like it would take too much effort to clear if you were to attempt it.
Cool. Okay. So this is very awkward. I kind of. How big is the rubble on me? Is it just like little bits, or?
It's just a little bit. It hurt mostly because it fell from the ceiling and onto your foot, onto your legs.
Okay.
That's why you lost health there. But it is not. You're not piled on.
Good. I'm gonna be like, right, sorry, and kind of get myself off of this person in front of me, whoever they are, and be like, for God's sake, where did she go? And kind of look around, see that it's on fire, right?
Yeah, you can see flames through some of the windows, especially around the actual plant area. Like the ground floor of the plant. The entire building is 3 floors in height. You can kind of tell, specifically because you're looking through the manager's office and into the plant. It is just vats and conveyor belts and like 3 levels of gangplanks.
Right. My first instinct is make sure I haven't injured this person that I landed on top of. Next instinct after that is to maybe head towards the fire, see if I can help out, see if there's anyone I can help. But first of all, person in front of me, are you okay?
Well, I'm okay now that you've gotten off of me. That
Sorry.
was not a very nice way to meet somebody. Who are you?
My name's Will. As long as you're okay, there is a fire over there, and I'm going to go help.
Don't think that's a very good idea, because you could just get caught in the fire. Is it not more sensible to make our way out of the building and not cause more casualties?
I made a fire. I can handle it.
Errol, you hear this conversation happening a bit muffled, but you can hear it.
I'll kind of move towards the rubble. I'll just talk through it first of all and say, hello, Officer Reminesh. Is everything okay on the other side of this rubble?
Can
Hello?
I hit that?
Did
Yes,
you
you
hear
hear
that? Hello?
No.
Yeah, I think we're okay.
Are you injured?
I'm okay. I'm going to see if I can clear a path through here.
Okay, if you can clear a path, that would be fantastic. I'm going to go see if there are any more survivors, because there's a fire, and if you can clear this way, then maybe that might be the way out.
There's no way out this side. I'm stuck
even
between
perfect.
2 fallen walls.
Oh, great. Okay, well,
Okay, well, let's help him clear this rubble first, and then we can go the other way, because clearly we have to go that way anyway. So I'm just going to start helping to
Okay.
try and move on.
Errol, make an athletics check with advantage, because you're being helped.
Athletics check with advantage. One thing I'm actually good at. That's a 4, so maybe not that good. Let's try. Oh, that's better. 23.
23. Between the two of you, you begin to moving pieces of the ceiling, plaster, rock, wood, everything, and eventually make enough room for you to crawl through. And as you 3 meet, describe your characters.
So I guess as if I'm crawling through to you, which I am, it had to be a fairly big space. I am essentially, I guess I look like a really big tiefling. I have long, dark hair. I'm probably in some kind of a uniform. I have a black moustache and some kind of like a short beard. Large, like craggly horns. And I'm just going to double check my height before I say it. Yeah, I'm like 7 foot tall. And fairly broad shouldered too. So I'm just like, it's a giant emerging from a hole in the wall.
Okay.
I'll nod at you
RaQui,
both.
can you describe your character?
Yes. So I am very much look like a raven. So completely black feathering, with the exception of my wings. So the tips of the feathers on my wings have bright yellow tips to them that kind of get brighter towards the end of my wings. And I'm wearing a white lab coat with scrubs underneath and lots of different instruments and bits and pieces kind of poking out of the pockets. I'm only about 4 foot tall.
And Will.
So the first thing you see is
The
hair
hair.
for days. Just hair. It's kind of like orangey red, flamey sort of colors.
If volcanic explosions were hair, that would be it.
Yeah, but essentially a volcanic explosion. Just yeah, and I've got like kind of a leather jacket on. It's kind of a bit messed up as I've just kind of been exploded, sort of. So that's a bit of a shame because that was one of my favorite jackets, but you know. And yeah, it's just kind of a bit dirty looking from rubble.
If I look them both over, do they look injured at all? Are they?
Make a medicine check.
Sure. 9.
9. I mean, she looks a bit dirty, but she looks fine.
Okay, I'm not worried. Well, I kind of. She's going to look like a civilian, though, isn't she? So I'll.
They all both look like civilians.
I make a note that she just looks like she shouldn't be. Well, she's got a lab coat on, so I assume she either works here or works for us. RaQui.
You know, I'm gonna allow you to make a history roll, Errol.
Oh, a history roll. Pow. That's a 16.
RaQui, you do recognize RaQui. She is something of. She is an expert in her field, and she is usually brought in as a consultant on a lot of cases, especially if they're a bit weird. If like the circumstances of death are a bit strange, she's usually the one they call. She's, as far as you know, she's worked pretty much all over the world. If she's in town, it's because something weird's happening.
Well, no, there is something weird happening. I do a double take and just go, RaQui, I assume.
You would be
Dr.
correct.
RaQui?
And you are?
Officer Ramanesh. I'm technically not the one in charge of this investigation. But
No, I came in with Rotner. Have you been in contact with him?
yes, he is. 1 second, and I'll radio Rotner actually and just update him that I've located a civilian and the doctor.
Oh, good. We were worried. We couldn't find her. If she's with you, hold on together and get out as soon as you can.
Yeah,
And
we'll
if you can get me some
eyes.
eyes and tell me what's going on in there, will really be helpful.
Fire, we're dealing with it. I keep
You
moving.
two catch up because there is obviously some catching up to do here.
No, we're
Civilians,
moving.
people, I'm going to go help them.
Okay.
Start jogging backwards.
Where are you going? Which way are you heading, Will?
I am heading towards the plant.
Perfect.
What's in front of us?
You go through the door. Sorry, what were you saying, Errol?
What was it? What was in front of us?
In front of you are right where you are right now, standing to the left and right. One to the right is the janitor's closet. There's some debris in there. To the left is the manager's office. There's some debris in there. You can see from there the window into the plant proper, where things are on fire and bursting and spewing a bunch of materials and liquids all over the place. And behind you, there's a hallway with several of the doors for offices, bathroom, and other facilities corresponding to this place. There is a door that leads to a staircase for upper floors, and there is a door that leads into the plant proper, to the actual ground floor of the plant.
Do I know from looking at the building from the outside if there's another way out of the building?
You would know that there should be an emergency exit, like a fire escape. And there should be one at the plant level and right actually at the back of this hallway, but at the back of this hallway you don't actually see a fire escape. It's just a wall.
Weird.
So it's likely there should be one on. If there's not one there, like on this hallway, it's likely there's one on the upper floors.
Like a set of stairs that leads outside. Okay. Yeah, I imagine then it would have been behind me somewhere, the fire escape for this floor.
Behind you, there was just the main entrance.
Oh, so no, there's nothing.
Yeah, on this floor, you're guessing at this floor, the fire escape should be around the plant. Or if not, you'll have to look in the upper floors.
And the plant's all like spewing chemicals and on fire.
The plant takes up the 3 floors, and then on the other, where you are, is it's connected to it, and there's 3 floors. It's basically hallway and offices. While the plant is just one giant open space with, like, let's say, ladders and catwalks that lead on the different levels and allow for the controlling of the machinery and the production stuff.
Okay, does it seem feasible that we could get into, if I look through the window sort of thing, into the plant, can I do a scan for an exit?
Make an investigation roll.
That's what I want to do. I'm going to see if I can get us the safest way out. Investigation. 11.
You scan the room and you see things moving. You don't really get an idea of what's moving there. Maybe other civilians or people desperate. You do notice the fire escape, but there's this strange white substance that has covered it entirely. It strangely reminds you of cookie dough, of like chocolate chip cookie dough has covered the entire thing, and it's blocking it. You do notice that on the 3rd floor, on basically like the uppermost catwalk, there is these giant red lights on a sign that says mana regulator, and beside it is a man in a white hood, like a white sweater with a hood, with something in his hand.
I'm going to take my radio out and take out my Weaver and snap a picture of him.
Okay.
And I'll radio Rotner and say, the mana regulator's down. There's this weird substance climbing up the walls and chemicals spewing out from everywhere.
So let me get someone that knows something about the plant, and they'll let me know what. I'm guessing it's bad that the regulator is gone.
Yeah,
sorry, not an expert.
I say there's a. Does he look like he doesn't look like he works here? Man in hood.
Oh, if we can get him, get him.
And I tap Will on the shoulder and just say, "Let me go in first. This looks hostile."
I've gone, dude. You
go there and you almost double check because she's not there anymore.
Oh my God.
She's gone. You're heading for the plant itself.
Yeah.
Okay, you head into the plant, and before you open that door, Dagobert, you are hiding in this lab. With your passive perception, I can tell you that you can see that there are doors connecting this lab to the others that are right next to it. So you could potentially make your way through the labs and across this hall.
Okay, first thing first, I'll decide to heal myself.
Yep.
So I use first aid.
For those watching, first aid is a new cantrip that we've created. It heals for 1d4 HP, and it's a touch distance. They all have it loaded up on their Weaver as essentially an app with one of the filament modules that they have installed on the phones.
And I also cast Palisade.
Palisade is your... that's your armor, right?
Yeah, it summons my light armor.
Yeah. Again, another module in there we called Palisade that literally summons magical armor. It acts more or less like a mage armor, but with a caveat that if it takes too many hits, it goes away. Because it's cheap. Okay, you do both. You summon Palisade, and you are healed for 1d4.
I healed 2 points. Cool. And now I try not to get hit anymore because I realise that I'm quite squishy and these guys are not good news. So I'm going to try to sneak along to the next laboratory.
You move through and open, and you see that there is something moving in the next lab. You get under a table, and you see that substance. It is like patrolling the area. It is leaving some out, but it does seem to be almost like turning towards if it were looking, even though it has no eyes. But it seems to be doing a bit of a patrol. I would like how you make another. You know what? I'm going to let you keep your 20 roll, but I'm going to roll. It's higher. It's higher than its passive perception. But I'm going to make a roll for it since it's actively looking for things. I will make a roll to see if they see you. If not, you'll be able to move through without inconvenience. That is a 17. You are good. But you can clearly tell now in looking past through other doors and the windows, this thing is a creature. This is not some mold, some growth. This is an ooze. And specifically for our audience, this is what is patrolling these hallways. A chocolate chip cookie dough ooze. This thing is patrolling the area. Yeah, the things are cantrips. Everything they have on their modules are cantrips, but they have charges. A cleric like Will can cast it at will, basically. But for most people, all the cantrips that they have on their weavers and everything, they are products. They are products. So of course they have limits because they want you to buy more. But going back to Dagobert, you move past the next lab. You make it through to the other end. And where do you go now? To the left, there is the door leading into the plant proper. I will actually have you make another perception check. Since I would think your passive perception is more focused on not getting caught, I'll use your active to actually notice something.
And I notice nothing. I got a 4.
Now you're too busy focusing on this ooze patrolling the area. And again, you have the door to your left that leads, once in the hallway, you have another door at the back leading to the plant proper, and one to the right that leads into the stairs that go down to other floors. Sorry, and up. You're in the second floor.
I'm going to have a quick look at the stairs. Have a quick look down, see what's...
You look going down, there doesn't seem to be anything. There's a bit of rubble here and there, but nothing you can't traverse. Going up, you do hear some faint footsteps upstairs.
Okay, I'm trying to get out, so I'm definitely not going up. So I'm going to go down the stairs.
You head down the stairs and open the door just in time to see Will, or the back of Will, going into the plant, and Errol coming into view. Can you describe how Dagobert looks to everyone else?
Dagobert's a small figure. He's wearing what could be best described as skatewear. He's got black trainers with red highlights, cargo trousers, a red hoodie on with it's got a stylized picture of a brain that just says think, and a red and black backpack. He's got medium length black hair, short on the side, with big long sideburns that just stop above the chin. Anyone who's used to halflings can tell he's not that old. He appears to be about 24, but he's about the size of a human child.
Well, Errol, you just seen a human child appear.
It's like knee height. I'll clock him and just say possible hostiles ahead. Civilians ought to stand behind me. I'll summon my sword and shield.
Okay. Since this module that you have installed keeps both your weapons and your armor, and you can summon them at the same time, do you do it? And it's usually gesture based. Do you do any specific gesture that brings them to your hands?
I don't have armor stored in it, so no, I just kind of like stand as if I've got them already, and they just kind of appear.
Yeah, just materialize in your hands. So you have an axe and a shield, right?
I'm just trying to make sure. I don't remember what weapons I picked. Hang on. Actions. It's a warhammer. I have a shield and a warhammer.
Yeah, we'll have a shield and warhammer. Okay.
And I'll kind of like.
I thought you had a vest on at all times.
I do. It's always on. So my armor class wasn't. It's 13 without the shield. Sorry.
Right.
It's 15 now.
Okay.
Because I have no dex.
Okay.
I have less than no dex. Yeah, but it's just a like a stab vest that he's wearing.
Yeah.
And I'll look at RaQui and just say, stay close, but not too close. Let's head out towards that exit over there. Gesture.
Okay. I'll stay close. In seeing Errol draw this thing, RaQui's just going to slide her hand into her pocket and pull out a scalpel.
Yeah.
Armed.
Yeah. It's like, I can beat you.
And I include Dagobert in the civilian talk because he looks like a young skater lad.
And Dagobert's like, possible enemies, definite enemies. I've never seen anything like it before. Look, see what this is on my knife? See this? See this? That's what you get when you stab them. It's chocolate.
You do hear coming from the stairway.
And with that,
I'm not dealing with
Dagobert
that.
runs, slides under Errol's legs, and hides behind him.
You all go through the door, followed by everyone, and get into the plant. Will, you've just come in, and this is chaos. You see the vats are overflowing. They're pouring. The conveyor belts are mass producing, just stamping like crazy. You see there are valves around the floors that are just spewing liquids. almost as if someone have taken like security valves and just opened them all. And now that you're here, clearly at the top, the mana regulator is gone. There's a giant hole where it should be, and in front of it is a guy holding it and seems to be opening it, like trying to almost like dismantling it.
Cool. I'm going to run over to him. And
He's on the 3rd floor. You're on the ground floor. To get to the 4th floor, you have to run basically to the other end, climb ladders. The ladders are basically at one place. You run and you get to the 1st floor. You need to run all over to the other side to get to the gangplank, to get to the other ladder, and so on. Which is why there are doors on every level.
True. At which point, I'm just going to yell, like, you mother, you know what? You. And kind of.
And as you begin to run and everyone comes in, you hear, oh, looky. Heads up, toots. And this appears before you. You see, for a moment, you don't know what to look at. But then you look down and realize these are gummy bears. And they're armed. And they look mean. I need you all to roll initiative and add your initiative to the pool.
Oh. Two.
Okay, give me a
I
moment.
rolled a 3.
I rolled a 3.
It's one more than I did.
Dagobert had a 20, and Will?
12.
12. Okay. So, Dagobert, it is you. You are looking at this squadron of gummy bears, and you see more of them, like, patrolling the area, the different levels of these gangplanks.
How
Not
far away is the
gangplanks,
nearest one?
walkways, catwalks. Sorry?
How far away is the nearest one?
The nearest one is about 10 feet away from you, and they're all holding weapons on Will.
I don't know, Will.
You see the very large hair lady.
You just see her.
You just see hair.
She's a hair person.
So Dagobert's just thinking to himself, "Oh, I need these guys to get out of here. Best out then." He runs up and just stabs the nearest one.
Go for it.
That is a 15.
Hits.
That is 6 damage.
Awesome. You cut through like 3 of them. They fall into pieces on the ground. Go, brothers, avenge us!
Dagobert's rather disturbed by that. so you decide to use his bonus action to hide behind the fire lady.
Big high roll.
Uh, 15.
15. You hide behind there, then you move behind other part of the machinery, just keeping out of the sight of the now very angry, vindictive gummy bears. Though now that you are here, you can actually see what you hadn't seen before. Is that on the 3rd floor, on the 3rd catwalk, where the mana regulator should go, there is no mana regulator. In front of it, though, is Biros holding it and seems to be opening it. Yep. Now we come to the gummy bears. The gummy bears will roll to see if they find their enemy. They don't. So they turn, keep their guns trained on Will, and open fire. That is a 20. I think that hits you.
Oh man, I'm just screwed anyway. I'm already injured.
They go, and you just see little. They just fire off little gummy pellets at you. You take 2 points of bludgeoning damage.
Ouch.
And I need you to make a strength saving throw.
Ooh, 21.
For a moment, as the little pellets are piling on, particularly on your feet, you feel your shoes get all sticky with the gum. You kind of pull it off, and you're not slowed.
Oh, no.
Will, it is your turn.
Things. Right. I am going to, because I am very, very not looking great now, cast Cure Wounds on myself. Which is 8 plus 6.
So 14.
So I'm fully healed.
Yep. That's good. Anything else? Are you going to move anywhere? As I said, the gummy bear platoon is about 10 feet away.
So that is an action, and can I? Oh no, would that be an action as well?
What are you going to do? What do you want it to do?
I will grab out my pepper spray from my pocket.
Okay, yeah, I'll allow. That's not even an action. You can just do it.
And we're like, stay back. I'll use it. And it will not be nice.
I'll allow you to make, without even consuming action, I'll allow you to make an intimidate roll with disadvantage.
Yeah. I rolled both sevens. So 8 for my intimidation.
They laugh. They continue to laugh.
That's fine. They can laugh at me all they
They
want.
laugh heartily.
Is it a squeaky laugh?
Yeah, there's a very squeaky laugh. It comes. You see another patrol rounding the corner, and they turn and fire on Errol. That's a 20. You take 4 points of bludgeoning damage, and I need you to make a strength saving throw.
18.
18. Same thing. Almost stopped by the gummy bears accumulating all over your bodies, particularly your feet. But you kind of shake it off, and you are not slowed. And now it's Daryl's turn.
I'm gonna shout at the rest of them and say, "Head towards the exit. We need to get out."
As I mentioned before, there is a door with there is an emergency exit, but as you can see it, the others have seen it before. There is this white substance covering it, with like, let's say, chocolate chips in the middle of it. You can have to deal with that.
And then I don't know what that is yet, though.
Yeah, and at the top, you do see the person at the top holding the mana regulator and is almost like opening it. Almost it was were a flask of some kind and opening it.
I could do something stupid with him, but I don't think I'll miss. Last time I tried to fire a gun, it didn't go well. I will just say, I'll cover you, and I'll head towards the gummy bears that came at me and kind of go to attack.
Okay.
them.
They are actually on the opposite way towards the door. The ones that Dagobert attacked that were right in front of you, those are in a beeline towards that door. The other ones are coming.
Oh yeah, then those ones.
From the side.
Then those ones, because I need to clear a path for people to get out, right? So I'm gonna try to hit one. 12. That wasn't very good.
Let me check real quick. That is exactly their armor class.
Five points of damage.
You squish a couple of them. They are not happy, but there only one gummy bear remains, and it's the one that's orangey and looks a bit wild. It's just giving you a mean look, like wide eye, like.
Can I, as a bonus action, just like snarl back at it?
Make an intimidation roll.
Oh, no, hang on. That run away from me. Hang on, let me do that again. 13.
We'll roll for it. It rolled the 3.
Yes.
It goes and turns away and runs away and climbs the little vat of the gummy bear where they're made and jumps into the vat.
Yes, I'm scarier than a gummy bear.
The path is open, and it's now RaQui's turn. Though you still have about 20 feet left of movement, Errol.
I will...
The door is about 50.
Door's 50 feet.
Yeah.
But I'm probably the closest to it, aren't I? So I will sidestep more towards the other pack of gummy bears.
Okay.
And kind of wedge I'll put myself between the door and them in order for the rest of these guys to try to make it out. I still don't know that thing on the door is
hurt
anybody.
It's fairly, that's fine. Then it's RaQui's turn.
So I am the other group of gummy bears. What kind of space are they taking up?
About 5 feet. They all occupy. It's essentially a swarm. They occupy just as a little squad because they are tiny. They are tiny but powerful.
Sugar.
Okay, and how, in my opinion, how rough is Errol looking?
Errol has taken a shot. I would say make a for free. Make a medicine roll.
8. That wasn't very good.
An 8.
Mm-hmm.
It looks.
Yeah.
I mean, he took a little bruise, but it looks fine. He's still up. He's still upright.
Okay.
Besides, you're more used to dealing with the deceased anyway. So.
Well, yes, there is that. Is it possible to hold an action and just use some of my movement to make my way to the door?
Sure. You would have to make 30. You would make your 30 feet there, unless you're.
I've got 50 feet.
Yeah, you're flying, right? So you can make your way to the door and hold your action.
Yeah.
Okay. Perfect. Is that okay? You're holding your action for what? Any trigger in particular?
I'm basically waiting to see whether or not we have more gummy bears appear, or if somebody starts to get into another fight with the gummy bears.
You see more gummy bears on the catwalks on the upper floors, and they seem to be also going towards the office side of the building.
Yeah, so I'm not bothered by them. It's whether or not they're going to stop us from being able to get out.
Yeah. It doesn't seem like they can at this moment. Okay. With that, then we come to the end of the round. And at the top of the round, RaQui, you are struck in the back as the ooze covering the door whacks you over the head of the back. You take 5 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
And you notice a lot of that strange growth on the walls that was covering the door begins to retract and almost start to move, and go around you. Though it's very little of it is there, it's spread out all over the room, so. But it is covering the door.
Okay.
And again, you've been struck by a chocolate cookie chip, cookie dough ooze. Oh, I need to make a 42 saving throw, please.
Which one, sorry?
42. Sorry, Constitution saving throw.
18.
18. For a moment, you taste chocolate in your mouth, but then it passes. Dagobert.
So I've just seen the big bird get hit.
Yep. And you realize that the thing you saw on the third floor is also here and is blocking the door.
How close are the gummy bears to us? To me?
To you, the gummy bears are about the other squad about 30 feet. And they're basically like more or less behind you at this point.
Okay. Self-preservation mode's kicked in. But I'm only small. I'm going to have to get some help to get out of here. So I look over towards the person I'm hiding behind. Just try and work out how injured she is.
Make a medicine roll.
That is a 9.
She looks fine. I mean, you just saw her glow a bit with some weird magic, so probably healed herself. You don't know.
Okay. I'm going to...
I mean, she's still standing. That's got to count for something.
How far away is the bird from me?
50 feet.
50 feet. I've only got short legs. Nothing I can do about that.
Fortunately, you do have, if I'm not mistaken, you do have bonus action dashes and such as a rogue.
Yeah, but the only way I can help her is to use an action. So let's not put myself in that position. I don't know her. I'm not going to go out my way to help her yet.
Yeah, we're not friends yet.
I'm going to...
And
withhold my
Biros is
action.
still on the third floor. At this point, you see Biros has cracked open the regulator and extracted this weird almond-shaped thing that is like part metal and wood with like wires coming out of it.
I'm going to use my armory and call for my Priscar pistol.
Cool. And take a shot at Biros.
Yeah.
Okay, you can do it.
I'm going to shout, Biros, you're a dick! And 18.
18. That hits. That hits him straight in the chest. Roll your damage.
What's damage for normal bullets?
I think it's 1d6.
Hang on. I have it written down. Give me 1 sec. Actually.
1d6 plus dex, yeah.
So the way these pistols look is instead of a gun, it's almost like the grip and the trigger, but everything in the upper casing is not there. But you basically just slide a crystal in there, and that is the gun they're using. And there are different kinds of crystals with different properties that they can use. But Dagobert only has the standard.
So, yeah, that was 8 for my normal damage. And then because I sneak attacked as well,
Yeah.
that's another 4, so 12 in total.
Awesome. You point the thing, fire, and you see this perfect line of like violet light that midway through the air kind of turns into an arrow and just strikes him across the shoulder, makes him drop the casing for the regulator, and it just turns to look at you and there's no expression. In fact, you have trouble seeing the person in the hood, almost as if it were magically obscured. And they just stand there, but now you have their attention. Anything else you wish to do?
I'm going to hide again.
Make your hide roll.
19.
19. I'm going to give you straight up. Barrow's passive perception is 22. He's seeing you. But doesn't really seem that interested in you right away. With that, we actually come to... That's the... It's Will's turn.
So there are no more gummies near my feet.
Yep.
Cool. Still have my pepper spray out. And are there any civilians that are around that I can help?
Make an investigation roll.
I say civilians, I'm a civilian apparently, but...
You are a civilian.
I rolled a 9.
A 9. You look around, and there's a lot of chaos. I will tell you, you do see near one of the vats, there is someone on the ground. You see a couple of figures on the ground there.
I'm gonna go and head towards them. Do I recognize them at all, potentially, as the Three Musketeers happen to...
The only way they are related to the Three Musketeers is to the candy, because they seem to be made of chocolate.
Okay.
And you hear a low moan coming from them. So they're right now unmoving.
Okay, so they're chocolate, not a person, as far as I'm aware.
They're person-shaped, but seem to be made of chocolate.
Okay. And this is a really weird place, so I'm going to... I don't know what's happened here. That's an issue. What happens if I touch them?
You don't know?
That's why I'm saying, what happens if I touch them? When I touch them?
Oh, you're
Anything
touching
happen?
them.
Yeah.
You touch them and it's almost like gooey melted chocolate. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh. That's not good. That's a very amazing measly 3.
Ooh. You put your hands near their head and you push in and you get just this chocolate. Then through the back of the head, which is almost gooey, comes its teeth. Like come through the back, almost like the mouth had reversed and come out. And they bite you in the fingers.
Gross.
You take 4 points of piercing damage as you are hurt by these super dense, hard, peanut shard teeth. And I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
It's a good job I'm not allergic to peanuts. Better. Sort of. 12.
12. For a moment, you see a bit of your skin turn chocolatey, but then it peels off, and you're good.
What the hell are they doing in this place? This is weird. I don't like it.
Now you ask that, you see above you, you do see the person has dismantled the mana regulator. I will allow you, since you've worked in kitchens, I will allow you to make either a tech roll or an arcana roll. Both work.
Ooh. Okay, let's do.
And yes, we have a tech skill.
What is used for tech?
Intelligence.
Intelligence. Okay. There's either way, it's going to be that. 13.
13. You know from your previous job, because your mentor RaQuI had you for a while installed a mana powered stove.
Mm-hmm.
You know that eventually he threw out of the window because mana powered industrial equipment or any real equipment that draws heavily on magic to do things need regulators.
Mm-hmm.
Because the problem is not the flow of magic, it's spikes. Almost like power surges tend to cause weird shit to happen.
Yep.
You know that they have regulators in place, and usually they have safety valves. So if for anything the regulator is broken or it's failing, there are always let's say auxiliary valves you can use to just shut off all flow of mana into equipment. You would suppose that a place like this should have the same thing.
Yeah. So it's just figuring out whereabouts it would be. So,
I will allow you to make an investigation check.
oh, that's so much better. 15.
15, you notice that on the first, second, and third floor, on those catwalks, there are 3 valves. They are spewing almost like chocolate or just gums or other substances that go into the candy making, like candy coating. They're just spewing them, but you can tell that those are the safety valves. They actually have a lot of them, partially their plaques are covered by all the crap that's going out of them, but you do see like the T of safety valve, or in the other one just says say, and you kind of put it together. Those are the safety valves.
Yep.
You think that if you shut those down, it will, let's say, normalize the flow of mana, and a lot of this crap will go away.
Yeah. At which point I will yell this to the 3 people who are here and say, and point and say, we need to shut these down. And I'm going to start running to the first floor because...
Yeah. It is a ladder. You have to actually climb a ladder. So I will say, since you already moved, you'll be able to do that next round.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Errol.
I heard that, and I saw him shoot at
The dude up top.
Who he said was Biros.
Yes. Yeah. Did you? Yeah. That's the name he shouted out. So maybe they know each other.
Suspicious. But I also saw that cookie dough stuff shoot out from the door, so that's not a safe way out either.
Yeah, that's not a safe way out. Not at all.
It's not a good situation. How far away is that ladder that goes to the next floor?
There is actually make a perception check.
Oh. Ooh. 20. Natural.
Perfect. You see that right next to where Will is, there's one, and immediately you see that almost like on the opposite end on the upper floor is the other, and then on the opposite of that on the second floor is the one to the third. But with your perception, you actually notice there is an auxiliary ladder on the left side, but you just need to reach like a panel next to it and pull a lever, and it deploys the ladder down. It's almost like an emergency access. So you could get up the second way. It's about 40 feet away from where you are, but you could do that. And there's one identical on every floor.
So you could just go up.
Up,
like,
on either side. Problem is, like, they are the way are deployed a strange way. Like the main ladders are deployed are basically like here, and here. but on the sites where there are not, there are emergency ones. Like in case
Okay, so
something
you could
happens
go
and you need faster access, those are there as well. They all just have like a lever that you need to pull to get them to slide down.
So you could go up and hit all 3
Yeah, basically.
in tandem.
I will
Okay,
tell you,
so-
the valves are closer to the main ladders. So the
So
one,
up
the
one.
first valve is closer to the ladder Willow is in. The other ladder
is closer to me.
is closer to the one at the second floor that is opposite that, which would be if you get up to up from the auxiliary one, you will be able to get to that one. Yeah.
Okay.
And then the third is on the opposite side.
I note it, but I look at the doctor and I don't really want to leave her unprotected. We need to switch this off because that door's not going to work anymore. I guess we're going to turn these valves off. Are you okay? Can you heal yourself?
Yeah, I'm okay. I can follow you.
I will remind you, you have options like disengage to get out of the way of an enemy without provoking attacks of opportunity.
There's no enemy near me because I killed.
Not just saying for those who may have people, creatures near them.
Yeah, you can disengage. Wait, is that cookie dough monster thing still in her face?
In her back, more to speak. She was right next to the door, and the thing just boom.
Oh, I thought it like shut out and then went back. I didn't realize it was still.
Oh no, it is right next to the door, in the entire door.
I didn't hear that. Sorry, you went.
It's the thing is covering the entire door, and she's next to the door.
Okay, yeah, I see. I thought she was further away.
No, she flew the 50
it
feet.
plants a chocolate chip away at her house.
It does. The puns have begun. I will. Can I? This is stupid. Can I interpose my shield in front of it and then like pull her out of the way?
You cannot. I mean, no, because you ran closer to the second band of gummies, which was behind you, meaning that now the door is 70 feet away from you. So you cannot get there to even try that. You're closer to getting through some of the machinery to that auxiliary ladder, which is about 20 feet away from you.
Okay.
But you have about a really mean pack of gummies near you.
I do have a mean pack of gummies near me, and I need to get away from them to get to the auxiliary ladder.
Yep. Good thing is you are not adjacent to them. They're about getting like 20 feet away from you. So you basically have 20 feet to them and 20 feet to go straight to the ladder if you want to.
Because he's just moved closer to a pack of gummies, am I able to use my held action?
Sure. I mean, that was all the way back to the previous round, but I'll allow it.
So as he gets closer,
I did go after you though. I am last in the initiative.
No, I went last.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Can I cast Fairy Fire on the group of gummy bears?
Yeah, sure. You cast Fairy Fire, and the gummy bears now are fizzy gummy bears. They have sparkles and are sour.
Yes. If you need to attack them, you get advantage.
I will attack them because I don't want them to attack you if I run away, and then you'll be surrounded by everything. So I'll do that, and then I'll try to get to the ladder. But I am planning to do that afterwards. So
Okay.
try to hit them with advantage, right?
Yeah.
Oh, 17.
17, that hits.
Ooh. 11 points of damage.
You squash 3 of them, and the other 2 just look at you at the same time and just narrow their eyes. And start making start doing
Great. Can I do anything with a bonus action?
Beg your gummy overlords for forgiveness.
Yeah, I don't think I can do anything with a bonus action. So I will just wait.
Okay. With that, we come to the gummy bears. And the gummy bears will fire on you. And they miss. They have lost too many of their squad and the shots are wild.
Yes.
But they move close and draw bayonets. And they're now in melee range.
Are they like ankle height though?
Yeah, they're basically ankle height. But they're right there to hamstring you if they can. Just rip out that Achilles tendon. RaQui, your turn.
So am I able to use like my whole action just to disengage from?
Yeah,
the
you can
giant
disengage and
crypto
just,
thing?
and you don't suffer any attacks of opportunity, and you can move up to twice your speed.
Okay, so I am going to do that, and I'm going to fly somewhere that is in the air, away from everybody, because I'm.
Oh, you
not
can
happy.
fly it up right up to the roof, like right up to the ceiling.
I just want to get away from.
Just right in the middle of everything.
Yeah, literally. So there's nothing. I'm just in the middle of the air, nothing around me, and I can't be attacked by cookie dough or gummy bears or chocolate zombies.
Yep, very well. With your turn complete, you all notice that you begin hear a crackling sound, and Biros is standing on the 3rd level catwalk with this strange metallic wooden thing with wires, and he presses it against his chest, and it begins to sink into his chest. And as it does, the entire like the hoodie, the pants, everything, like that appearance disappears, just vanishes, leaving what you can see is a figure almost dressed head to toe dressed in what seems like a white bodysuit with a head like almost shaped like it has like a biker's helmet, but almost like the face you can almost see like a skull shape on the head. It is slim, but it does have like a point more to the back. Not exactly a cone, but more like an angular end. And there's all these ridges and textures all over the suit. And you don't hear any voice, but you do hear like a drone. Almost that makes the air vibrate. Almost like almost makes vibrate, almost comes from this being. And he looks around, or at least turns the face, because it's all stark white. You don't see eyes, you don't see an open mouth. It's all covered almost in lycra, basically. It's just completely covered, and you just see the shape behind the cloth. And you see this being just from it extends its arm, and one of the textures just comes out, and it's this strange like metallic compartment that he opens, slides a module in, and throws it down into a vat that says Starbits, which to you all knows it's basically Skittles. And as it falls there, the vat cracks, breaks, and a creature made of swirling masses of Starbits comes out. And I will show everyone what the last thing coming into play is. This, the Starbit Elemental. This thing walks into the middle of the plant and it gives her. It is large, and it is made of these swirling patterns of multicolored candy. And as you all look upon this thing, we're going to go on a 10-minute break. So we'll see you all in a bit. We're just going to go for 10 minutes. Just go get something to drink, stretch your legs, and we'll be back in just a bit.
Maybe get some sweets.
No streets.
I'm so old I forget how old I am half the time.
And it's wonderful because I pressed the button to unmute the moment you said that. So welcome back, everybody. Hope you enjoyed your break. And we jump straight back into the action. This swirling mass of multicolored candy has just appeared. And Errol, you get a message on the walkie-talkie. It says, Earl. So we tracked down one of the people from the factory. If something's going on with the regulator, you need to shut down the emergency valves. There's one on each floor. You need to have them shut down. That should get rid of any strangeness. Is there any strangeness here that something weird might happen if the regulator's gone?
I go, Cookie Monsters, chocolate people, guy in white suit who just ate the regulator. We'll turn off the valves.
Yeah, you should do that. We'll be on our end trying to break in and give you any support we can, but something's holding back the doors, and all of the other places are, they're basically barred.
Don't let anything get out of here.
Okay. And with that, we jump back in to the action, and we're going with Dagobert.
So Dagobert heard Will shout out about the valves.
Yeah.
So he has a quick look around and tries to work out how far away they are from him.
So you notice the stairs, the ladders where Will is. It's about a 10-foot ladder up, and that one is away from you about like 50-ish feet. The one where the auxiliary ladder is, that one is near you about 20 feet. From there on, you'd have to get up that one, up to the other one to the second floor, and then you would find another valve. The third one is on the third floor on the opposite side of the building, like closer to where Will, let's say you are in the left side, Will's on the right side. The first valve is on the right side, first floor. Second valve is left side, second floor. Last valve is right side, third floor.
So I thought directly is the second valve from me.
From you will need 20 feet to get to where you need to pull the switch, pull the lever to get the ladder to deploy. And then up, it's 20 feet. So 40 feet in total.
40 feet.
Okay. So I run to the ladder. I then cast TK.
Mage Hand. Yep, that's one of the modules that gives the cantrip Mage Hand.
Which has a range of 30 foot, so that should be able to reach.
Yeah, it reaches the lever and you can pull it.
And I pull the lever.
Okay. That your movement is, I think it's complete there.
Yeah.
Then you just need to climb the ladder on the next turn.
And obviously, bonus action, hide.
I'll say, yeah, make a hide roll.
And that is 19.
Okay, I will roll for the creature. Roll the 19. Okay. It is time for, let me go over my initiative sheet. It is time for the Starboard Elemental. Starboard Elemental goes and starts to stomp towards Will. And it raises one of its gigantic, meaty fists. And that's a natural 1. It fires off a ball of its own body just straight towards Will. But it shoots a bit wide. You duck a bit. It goes over your head and hits another vat and actually knocks it over. You see the bat has just a giant punch mark on it.
What a waste.
Yep. That is its turn. Will, it's your turn.
Up the ladder I go.
You go up the ladder, it's 10 feet. It's about 5 feet away to the valve. I need you to make an athletics roll to see if you can close it.
That is 19.
19. You begin to like sweat against it. The candy coming out seems to coat your arms, and it starts like weighing you down. But you manage to pull, and you begin to spin it until it's closed, and you just hear like an audible as some of the airborne mana begins to attenuate. It's one valve down. It is now the remaining gummy bears' turn. The little ones that were attacking Errol just now, they have their bayonets and they're going to slash at Errol. That's a 23.
That hits.
Sorry, wrong die. You take 2 points of slashing damage as they cut at your feet. And as they end their turn, you hear
Oh no.
and you see climbing out of the gummy bear vat is the gummy bear that had left, and he gets himself up, and then you hear and he flies off in a jetpack made of gummies with a Gatling gun on his right arm. And just goes, ha ha! And starts to fly towards you. And I will roll his attack. That's a miss. It just, the Gatling guns when it spins. This is this fire of gummies all over, hits everything except you. That brings us to you, Errol.
I'm going to get rid of the rest of these gummies because they're in my way.
Yep.
$16.
That hits.
D8. Ooh. It's an 8 on the dice. I have already forgotten what I had. 3. 11.
11. You smush them and they're gone.
Bonus action.
You turn around, you see that all the other gummy bears on the other floors are going like, boo.
Bonus action, second wind, heal myself.
Okay, RaQui.
And then can I use my movement to move towards the stairs?
Okay, you move toward the ladder, the same one Dagobert has just basically deployed.
Yeah. I'll roll. You carry on.
Okay, RaQui.
So am I within flying distance of the furthest valve on the top floor?
Yes, you are. Though
Okay.
there is a squadron of gummy bears protecting it.
Oh, okay, no, I'm not going near that.
So you could get there, disable it, but you would likely incur the wrath of some little people. Well, little gummy people.
Yeah, no, I'm going to stay where I am, and I'm going to use first aid on myself.
Okay. That spends a charge. And you're going to heal for 1d4.
Oh, and I got 4.
Nice.
Very nice. Okay.
Okay, at the end of the round, you see Biros now in this shape, grabs the railing and jumps off towards the bottom. And in fact, like positions himself almost like going to fall face first on the ground. And as he impacts the ground, he disappears. And the only thing that's left is an ashy outline of a man, which seems very familiar to RaQui. And now comes Dagobert. What is Dagobert going to do? Go up? Dagobert?
Yeah, he's going to climb the ladder.
Okay, you then go up 20 feet to get to the second floor. And do you have any movement left?
I have 5 feet left.
That is exactly what you need to get to the valve. I need to make an athletics roll. 10. You pull at it with all your strength, but it is not enough and it's not moving. And you see that the candy coming out of it, this chocolate, just pure chocolate, just comes over you and it makes your arms like heavier. And it's nice tempered chocolate though, so your arms are really glossy.
I'll give it a taste.
Pretty nice, actually. With that, we come to the Starboard Elemental, and it it uses action to remove a part of itself that it sends up, and a swarm of flying starbits, almost like flies, like a swarm of flies, goes up to RaQui. But it misses. You just swat them out of the way with your wings. They don't get near enough to you to deal you any damage. And that is its only action. And we come to Errol. No, actually, we come first to the gummy bear. Oh, actually, we missed last time. No, Dagobert. No, Will. Sorry, it's your turn.
Thank you. So that valve's done. And do I see the lever to be able to get the other ladder?
Yes, you see the lever right next to you. It's just 5 feet away. You can pull it, and it will deploy the ladder so you can climb to the second floor.
Yep, I start climbing the second floor.
Okay, you get to the second floor. There is a choco zombie waiting there for you. It is 5 feet away from you. You don't have enough movement to get up the ladder because you already used your action to pull the lever.
Yeah. So, great. I'm just gonna kind of ready myself.
Actually, no, you will not. I'll say you pull the lever as your free object interaction. You get a return, and you would have 20 feet up. And this is where the last ladder is, so you should be able to just keep going by.
Yeah.
If you want to do that.
Yes, because I don't need to actually be on that floor because I need to go up to the top. Yeah,
You get to the third floor and you see that there is a gummy bear squadron between you and that valve.
Okay, I stand in like cowboy pose and like crack my fingers.
Yeah. Okay. With that, we come to the gummy bears. First up is the Gatling gun gummy bear, who is going to go up and fly towards closer to just right up to the middle of the second floor to have an angle to fire at Will. And that is a 10. Does that hit?
No, it doesn't.
It fires again. It's almost like before. This Gatling gun fires all over the place except at you. And now it's the time of the gummy bears that are in front of you.
Mm-hmm.
And their shots go wildly away and actually hit the flying gummy bear. Unfortunate for you, the gummy bear hits and it kind of just absorbs the gummy bullets.
I thought that
and basically just reloads.
I was like, it's just gonna go straight inside it. I know it.
That is it for the gummy bears. Now for the Choco Zombie. and it's going to climb the ladder. This thing only has 20 feet movement. It's going to move slowly and climb up to the second floor. You are not there. You are. That's 20 feet. It moves 5, and then it moves 5 up the stairs. It's midway up the stairs, and it can't move anymore.
Why do they climb? No.
It is Errol's turn.
I'm gonna climb the ladder to where Dagobert's on the second floor.
Yeah,
How
that's
much
20 feet up. It's 10 to the first, 10 to the second.
So I go up and I attempt to turn it off.
You can roll with advantage because you're kind of both trying on it.
15 plus 5, 20.
20. You struggle, but eventually between the two of you, you manage to get it turning and you lock it on the other end. And once again, and you see that the gummy bears start to looking a bit sluggish. The choco zombie completely dissolves and just falls to the ground, almonds, peanuts, and the like.
I've got 10 feet more movement.
You need to, but it's 5 foot back to where the ladder is, and you need to use your object interaction. You've already, that was an action for the, I'll let you use your object interaction to pull the lever, and it will put you 5 feet on that ladder up, or you can wait.
I'll wait and I'll kind of interpose my shield between anything that might fire at us and Dagobert.
Okay, that's fine. With that, we come then to RaQui.
So, I am, yeah, I can't do a huge amount. So, can I try and attack the gummy bears around the last valve?
Yeah, you can. You'll need to. How are you going to attack?
With my talons.
Okay, you're getting up close and personal then.
Yeah, unfortunately. 8.
8. That is not enough. You come in and they parry you with the bayonets, the gummy bayonets that seemingly have a lot of like density. They just cling, cling, cling. They go, ha ha. With that, we come to then Dagobert.
So I have a quick look around. How many levers do I notice need left to do?
The only valve that seems to be left to do is the one on the 3rd floor that is close to where Will and RaQui are. But you can see, I'll let you see with your passive perception, is there are forces converging on them. Like the Starbit Elemental has turned its attention to them. There are choco zombies coming from like the office side and already piling into the 3rd floor catwalk and more gummy bears.
Okay. What enemy's closest to them and how far away are they from me?
There's the closest to them. You have 2 choices: either the Starbit swarm that came out of the larger monster, which is like close to RaQui and would follow her, or the gummy bears they're fighting. I would say the gummy bears they're fighting are way out of range for you, so you would roll with disadvantage. There are zombies on the 3rd floor that you could possibly aim to that are like walking their way.
They melted.
All right, actually, yes. I don't know. That one, they're melted. But there are others coming from the office side that are still active.
So how far away is the swarm?
The swarm from where you are is about 30 feet.
Okay, yeah, I'm going to target the swarm. That was a 1. Lucky, roll again. That's a lot better. That is a 24 to hit.
That hits.
And that is 7 damage. Yeah, 7 damage. That's it.
7 damage. You pull your trigger and hit, and pretty much destroys some of the little star bits that kind of fall in shards towards the floor, but it's still more or less active.
Bonus action, hide behind the Kraglin. And that is 22.
I'd say you're well hidden. It is time for the creature, and it is looking. You see it kind of stretch its dimensions because it is just a swirling mass. Kind of rearranges them, and is now has a line of sight on RaQui, and like fires off a chunk of itself at her. And that is a 7, because I can't roll for shit today. You're all so goddamn lucky. It is Will's turn. Oh, sorry, the swarm. The swarm is moving close to RaQui and attacking. That is a 13. You take 2 points. You take 2 points of piercing damage as these tiny little shards kind of poke at you.
Okay.
And now we come to Will.
Cool. So the gummies are still in front of me, right?
Yeah, and they're in melee with RaQui.
Oh. Okay. You know what? I'm just gonna try it and see what I can do. So I'm gonna actually no. I'm gonna try and turn the thing off because they might disappear.
What are you doing?
So I'm gonna go to the last valve and turn it.
Okay, I will have you make an acrobatics roll to see if you can go through them without an issue. Otherwise, you can't move through them.
Okay, cool. Let's see.
The DC is 15.
I rolled a 19.
You move through them and you are facing that valve. Now make an athletics roll.
Okay. Good dice. Good dice. Oh no. Oh no. That was a bad roll. That is a 5.
That is a 5. That is not enough. And you feel like the candy sloshing out of it is coating you, like falling all on you. And you kind of feel sticky and almost slowing down. Your next roll is going to be done with a disadvantage.
Okay.
That is it for your round. It's gummy bear time. And the gummy bears, well, they turn to you. That is a 13 to hit.
Dang it.
You take 6 points of slashing damage.
Oh no. Darn it. Down I go.
And that's Will going down, and you are dying. Next up is the gummy bear on jetpack, going flying up and going to fire its Gatling at RaQui. And that is a 7. So nothing. That's it for them. The Choco Zombies on the 3rd floor are moving. You do notice that they are like falling apart. Like the gooey chocolate around them is cracking up. It is drying up. But they are still active. And with that, we come to Errol.
I'm going to go up the ladder and try to get to the next.
The next one is on the opposite side of the factory where Will and RaQui are. So we need to go around the room to get to them.
Oh, so like I have to go all the way around. There's not like a gangway in between.
No.
Sheet.
And there are some choco zombies, more or less. Not they're choco cookies, but they're waiting upstairs.
Okay, well, I got to get to them.
The second floor where you are is pretty much clear. You just need to run around, which is essentially like a 100-foot run. To mean like a dash and then wait until the next round. So you would need a couple of rounds to get there.
I need a couple of rounds of dashing to get
Yeah.
there.
Or you could always go down and fight the big monster and distract it.
I could do that. Sure. I look at Dagobert and I say, can you get up to them and help them if I distract that thing?
Dagobert looks at him, looks down at his own legs and goes, "Not quicker than you could."
Can you distract that thing?
Lifts his rifle, his pistol up and goes, "I can piss it off."
Okay, and I'll sprint.
So where are you going?
I'm going to try to distract. No, I'm going to try to get up there because I realize that these things are stiff and I'm probably the strongest one here. So
Okay.
I don't run. I am 60 feet round.
Okay, you pull the lever and go up. You can move 60 feet, basically. Part of it. There is a choco zombie, let's say, at the end of your path. So you're probably going to get an attack. Don't worry, they have disadvantage on everything right now. So you should be fine. Should be.
It's fine.
I just need to roll 2 20s. That's all.
I healed 4 whole points with my second wind.
Cool. That brings us to RaQui. You're still in melee with the gummies. And the swarm is still kind of around you.
Okay. Did they not turn their attention to Will though and start attacking
They
Will?
are aware. They're fighting both of you. They're very much aware that you are both there. But you would
Okay,
have
can
advantage
I-
because you're essentially... Actually, yeah, you would have advantage because you're essentially flanking them.
Okay. I want to move over to Will. I'm going to try and move over to Will.
Okay, you're flying. They can't do anything.
Okay,
Inside.
so I'm going to move over to Will, and whilst muttering under my breath about not creating more casualties, going to use paramedic to stabilize her, and then as a bonus action, I am also going to cast Healing Word on her.
Perfect.
So she gets...
For the record, in our
7.
game, the whole rule of bonus action spells and normal action spells doesn't exist. Players can cast as many spells as the action economy allows. Continue.
Okay. You get 7 HP back.
But you are flat on your ass. Okay. That is the end of that. We come to Dagobert.
Okay. I take my mission seriously, so I'm going to shoot Gummy Monster.
Gummy monster or big Skittles elemental?
Oh, Skittles Elemental.
Go for the starboard elemental then.
That is a 13.
That hits.
4.
It's a big elemental. It doesn't have that much AC.
Oh, nice. That is 10 damage.
Roll your sneak attack because you were hidden, and this thing did not see you.
That's 12 points of damage.
12 total. Cool.
Yeah.
You poke at it, you fire off another blast of violet light that kind of turns into like a purple like a violet crystal arrow right before it impacts, and it hits and goes and turns around to see you.
And I try to hide it.
I go for it.
18.
Okay, let me roll for it. That is an 18. Rolled 15 plus 3, so it does see you. But you don't know that just yet. It is time for the creature, which will fire off one of its giant punching blasts at Dagobert. And does not hit, because I can't hit anything today. Now it's the swarm's turn that's moving towards RaQui. Fuck's sakes. That's a 5. The swarm does absolutely nothing. It is Will's turn. You're on the ground. It's half your movement to get up.
Yep. I try and
Roll your athletics with disadvantage.
Oh, okay, that's not so bad. 12.
12. It's not enough.
Oh,
You start pulling at it, but it's too stuck right now. You see all like crusted chocolate and candy on it, so it's gonna take a bit more effort to get it going. More candy piles on you.
Yeah,
Good thing is your hair is super glossy from like the candy finish it has now.
yeah, it's like,
Well, I bet that's heavy though.
Yeah. It's actually weighing her down. She's like struggling to stay upright. It is gummy bear time, and gummy bears will turn. I mean, she got up. They're gonna put her down again. That hits, and that's 3 points of slashing damage on Willow. Sorry, Will.
Okay. there you go.
And now the flying turret gummy is gonna fire on. It's actually going to put itself on auto fire and hit everything in a 30-foot cone. So I need Will and RaQui and the gummy bear. Well, the gummy bears are not going to take damage from this. But I need both of you to make dexterity saving throws.
Fourteen.
15 both?
14.
14. You both save and you only take half damage, which is 2 points of bludgeoning damage. As this thing fires wildly. And I mean, if it's not going to hit, if firing normally is not going to hit anything, it's just going to try to hit everything. The gummy is going to go like, ow, 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 but it doesn't really nothing to them. They just reabsorb it and it's more weapons, more ammo for them. You literally go, so one of the him hits, go through its body and into the gun. It's Errol's turn.
Another 60-foot dash, I guess. Oh no, wait, there's a thing in front
You
of me.
have a zombie you can move past, but you will take an attack of opportunity. And in total, there's 1, 2, 3 chocolate zombies in your path. Once you go the 60 feet, they can't catch you, basically. But you will take 3 attacks of opportunity, made at disadvantage, of course. Because they are not in good condition. Do you risk it?
For a biscuit.
It's a risk.
And Will's nearly down again.
Indeed she is.
Yeah, I'll dash past them.
Okay, I'm going to make the attacks.
God.
First one doesn't hit. Second one, the lowest, is 14.
Misses. 15.
Third one misses. They'll go and try to get you, but you gotta move away from them. They're super slow. You actually push past one, and the arm just breaks off and falls off. And it goes, oh.
Oh, poor baby.
And you run past them, and it will take you, I think, one more round to get there.
Yeah, I think you said it was 100 feet, right? So
Yeah.
60.
60,
Another
you need
60.
40 more, which is
Yeah.
basically 60, essentially. And that is your turn. It brings us to RaQui.
So can I start off by using my bonus action to give bardic inspiration to Will?
What do you tell them? Or what do
I'm
you do?
gonna
in
help you get this valve shut.
Okay.
Basically, so you get 1d6. that you can
1d6.
use.
Awesome. Anything else?
Can I help her close the valve?
Yes, you can make the roll with advantage. You are not covered in candy, so you can give it a try.
I mean, I'm not going to succeed on this. We can try athletics, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I might actually. 17.
You begin to move it, but it's not enough to fully get it going. But you kind of broken off a lot of that like crusted down candy, and you're getting to, it's starting to turn. You hear the as you're starting to turn it, but it's still in it more. Basically on a 20, you do it straight up. Below that, it's gonna take a few rolls. But as you approach, you are now covered in candy.
Yay.
About that in time, though.
Stuck in my feathers.
Straight up, next turn, Dagobert.
Yeah, I'll shoot Skittles guy.
Go for Skittles guy.
That is 21
That hits.
for 11 points. No, wrong. 9 points of damage.
You fire off it and you blow off a chunk of it, and as it kind of reorganizes its bits to cover its body, make a perception check.
Ooh. That is a 6.
You just see the bits. You do see there's something glowing inside of it. Like there's something in the middle of all that swarm of things that is glowing. But you cannot make out exactly what it is.
Okay. I'm gonna move 25 foot to try and turn him so he's not gonna attack the others, and then I'm gonna try and hide again.
Okay. Make your hide roll.
15.
Roll for it. 20.
Damn him.
It is the creature's turn. It sees Errol and it's going to fire off a giant blast towards the 3rd floor to hit the detective. Finally, 21.
Ah, yes.
You take 7 points of bludgeoning damage.
Oof, that was
This
hard.
giant punch just flies, breaks through the railing, punches you in the shield, and nearly makes you topple over the edge. But you manage to hold yourself off as all the Skittles explode around you. And you see that there is a dent of a fist in your shield. Your arm, your shoulder hurts of taking an entire massive impact. But you're still standing. There we go. And with that, that's the creature's turn. It is Will's turn.
Let's just try and get it again.
Okay, that's straight up athletics roll. You have the 8 action from RaQui, so you can roll with you have disadvantage, but with the advantage that gives, you are basically straight up roll.
Plus your bardic inspiration.
Plus the bardic inspiration.
D4, I think.
D6.
Ooh.
15.
15 is
D6.
just what you need to get it
Yeah.
moving. You need one, but it's very low for that. You need one more roll, which possibly RaQui can do. Did you roll your bardic inspiration?
Yeah, I rolled a 1.
Ooh. You get it going. There's still a bit more to be done with the last valve. Time. Gummy Bear's gonna go for the bird lady.
Oh.
That hits. That's 4 points of bludgeoning damage as they turn their guns and fire up at you.
And I fall right down to the floor.
You fall to the ground next to Will. That is RaQui dying. And now comes the one on the jetpack who's going to turn and see his nemesis
No.
and go to fire on Errol. That is a 14, so it doesn't hit. It just fires on you, and this thing has a vengeance on his eyes. Now there's also the swarm that was on it. On RaQui, it's going to move to Will. But I rolled a 2, so it does nothing. And that brings us to RaQui. Please make a death saving throw.
That's my turn. No, it's her first.
Yep. No, it was your turn. You moved. That was your turn. Oh, no, you're right. It is your turn. My bad. Your turn.
I think I'm at the ladder now because I've dashed twice.
You dashed. You're actually, at the end of this dash, you'll be where they are.
Okay, so I want to dash again then.
Yeah, you'll dash and you're right there next to the gummy bears, the swarm, and the valve, and the unconscious RaQui.
But that's my movement and action.
That's all you can do.
Can I, just as a last thing, can I just put my shield over RaQui so that she's protected?
There is literally a platoon of gummy bears between you and her.
Bastards.
Like, they are literally standing, like, they moved through that square. Will through acrobatics, and RaQui, because she's flying, she doesn't care.
I whack my shield against the railing so that they know I'm there.
Good for you.
Try to, draw them on me.
Okay. That then brings us to RaQui. Please, their saving throw.
Yeah, so I rolled a 3.
That's one failure.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Top of the round, Dagobert. Dagobert, you just heard the bird lady get shot and fell. You just hear a thunk up there on the railing.
I look over, I'm like, bit tasty over there. I'm glad I'm not doing that.
Yeah, there seems to be a lot of activity in that side of the room.
Look down at Skittles Elemental and try and shoot him in the glowy bit, because I played a lot of games and I know that means something.
I will say, if you roll me a natural 20, you'll hit that bit straight up. Either that, or you could, I'll put this out, you could reach it if you jump into it.
Yeah, Dagobert's not doing that.
He's got some common sense.
That is a 22.
You hit this thing and blow off more of its bits, and you can now clearly see that the glowing thing is that item with a module that Biros threw into the vat.
And that was 10 points of damage.
10 points of damage. This thing is looking rough. You've taken a lot of health out of it. But it's like most constructs, it is sturdy. even though it's made of just a swirling pattern of teensy tiny candy. I will allow you to make a tech roll or Arcana, whichever you prefer. They're both.
Tech.
In some cases, they are interchangeable.
Tech.
Yeah.
Come on. 9.
9. I would say this is a fairly trivial knowledge, so I'll give it to you on this. That looks like an old school, like pre-Weaver, like module reader. Like before things they were put on your phones, you would have to get like individual things that literally read and casted the effects. It's archaic technology by modern standards, but still useful. It's literally the glowing thing is literally the off button.
Dagobert's got a good idea what he's doing next turn.
Okay.
But this turn, he's hiding.
Okay, go for the hide.
No, he's not. 16.
That's a 4 on the elemental. Since it's turn it rolls, it doesn't see you. So of course, since it can't see you, it's going to attack the things it can see. So it's going to go for the thing that just banged the shield against the railing to draw attention. And that's a natural 1.
Yes.
So what's blown out of the sky is the gummy bear in the jetpack.
Yes.
It turns into a smear of gummy. The only thing that it hits, like the head, like the gummy head hits the wall and it's sliding, it's just grimacing at you like until it falls.
The angriest gummy bear.
That brings us now to Will. You have an unconscious dying friend.
Yeah.
Well, strangers, really. Complete stranger.
Okay, so can I do Healing Word, which was a bonus action?
Yep.
I know you said we don't have bonus actions, but so on RaQui, which is 8 altogether HP back, and can I then turn the valve one more time?
With a disadvantage.
Yep.
Alternatively, with disadvantage.
11.
11, not enough.
Damn.
Nowhere near enough.
That's
You're
fine.
struggling. The candy you're covered in is making it really difficult to get a good grip on it, and you just can't. And
That's fine.
It's Gummy Bear time. Gummy Bear gonna go for a big man with a shield. And they miss.
Yes.
Swarm is gonna go for the big man in the shield. And that is a 15 to hit.
No.
And that's 5 points of piercing damage. Big man in the shield goes down. And now it's Errol's turn. Please make a death saving throw.
12.
That's 1 success. And now RaQui gets up and tries the valve.
If I try the valve, do I get it with advantage again?
No,
because
disadvantage because you are covered in all the icky candy.
Kaki.
Okay.
Well, it's coming up to
Then I'm not going to try the valve, because if it's with disadvantage, there's
It's
no point.
disadvantage, but since you and Will are both trying it, normally I would have to tell you to wait until Will's turn and someone give the aid action to another. But for this one, I'm allowing you. Can work under the assumption that you were both working together. So I'm giving you the advantage that provides. But because you already have this advantage, it cancels out and it's a straight roll.
Okay. I have really bad strength, guys. Just putting it out there. Yeah, no. 8.
You can get a good grip on this valve, so no.
That's fine.
That brings us again to Dagobert.
Dagobert pops out of his hiding place, limbers up a little bit, and then goes, "Yippee-ki-yay!" and dives towards a skill monster.
I will have you make an acrobatics roll to see if you can launch yourself properly, do the flips in the air and all required. Do your jump, your into the Spider-Verse jump into this thing.
Okay, here goes. Yes! Natural 20, 26 in total.
You all hear this shout coming in. Dagobert just swan dives from the top, couple of flips, a little twirl, Olympic record, and just dives straight into the elemental. I will have you make an investigation check right now because you are in a swirling mass of these things. If you can roll me higher than a 10, you will find it.
And that is a 11.
Oh, you grasp it, press the button, and you fall to the ground as all of these, the swirling pan just collapses with you. And the swarm at the top falls too. And the Starbit Elemental is no more.
And I'm like, you're welcome, guys! And put the reader in my backpack.
Very good. That brings us to the creature who's not there anymore. Will. Now you saw the other guy drop.
Okay.
And the only thing remaining is an angry pack of gummy bears.
It is, and I'm going to... You know what? I can't deal with this valve at the moment. I've got to get rid of these gummy bears. So I'm going to have my pepper spray.
Okay.
And use the produce flame.
Okay.
At the same time.
I'll allow it. You're going to do a flamethrower then.
Yep.
Okay, you whip out your pepper spray, go produce flame, and creates a cone of fire. Arrow automatically fails that save and takes one more death save. And I'm going to roll for the gummy bears, who succeed on the dexterity saving throw, and will take half damage. I will have you... what is the damage? Your thing doesn't really do damage. It just stuns.
So it's 1d4 plus 1 acid damage.
It does acid damage. I will turn that to fire damage, and because these things are made of gummy, I will say they have vulnerability to it. So we'll take double that damage, but, halved, because basically 1d4 plus 1 is what they'll take. Because of, success and everything. So roll your damage.
Oh. 4 plus 1.
They take 5 points of damage. They kind of shake themselves off the fire. But, you
Sounds like it's burn.
There's a big smell of burning candy now. The gummy bears are looking very angry right now.
Fine.
Okay, I need Errol to make a death saving throw.
2 healers around me, and not a single person thinks to heal the strong person. Nope, it's a fail.
That's 2 failed death saves. Now it's Gummy Bear turn. It's going to attack the person who rudely lit them on fire. They actually still have like smoldering heads, and they'll kind of turn at you like. And they hit.
Yep, that's fine.
And deal 2 points of slashing damage.
That's fine, I go down.
And down they go. That's Rocky's turn.
What? Okay.
I'm dead.
You were brought up with a healing word, if I remember correctly.
I have no spell slots left.
Paramedic?
Okay.
Or going to risk that valve?
I can't, because with disadvantage, there's no way on this planet I'm going to do it. I'm going to get over to Errol and use paramedic.
Okay, good. The only luck you have is that you're all such close quarters that the gummy bears don't get attacks of opportunity for you moving.
Okay.
So you move and you take care of Errol and you stabilize him.
Yeah.
Or are you going to use first aid to try to pick him up?
Yes. You may have 3 points.
3 hit points.
You have 3
Hit
HP.
points.
Okay, that is RaQui doing anything else?
I no. Am I also able to use another bardic inspiration?
Of course.
Okay, so I'm gonna give another bardic inspiration to Errol this time, and I'm just gonna shout at him and be like, "Do something to get this to end. Just whatever." So you can have a D6 for something.
For your attempt, yeah.
I'm like, I was trying, and then I.
Okay, it is Dagobert's turn. You're at the bottom of the factory now.
Yeah, I'm not getting up to them.
RaQui was the last one on initiative. You were just healed, so you get your action the next round, Errol.
What enemies are there left?
None that you can see, though, because everything is now very far away from you.
Okay, I just hide.
Okay. I mean, there's still the ooze clinging to the door if you want to attack that.
No, that stuff stings.
Okay. You hide. It's now creatures done or done. Only thing that remains now it's just Errol's turn. Actually, no. First to come the gummy bears. They're going to attack RaQui because the only thing that's moving. Because they haven't noticed.
Need to do death saving throw.
Yeah. Will death saving throw, please?
15.
You're good. We go for RaQui. That is a 14 to hit.
Yeah, it hits.
That is 4 points of piercing damage.
Oof.
Sorry, bludgeoning damage, just they fire on you. And RaQui goes down again?
No.
Oh, that's good. So
Yeah.
now we come to Errol. Half
Get
your
up.
movement to get up. But fortunately, you can still move towards the valve. I just need an acrobatics roll from you to see if you can move through the square of the gummy bears.
So I'm not good at acrobatics. Are the gummy bears the only thing left?
It's the only thing left. But they are full
There's loads
health.
of them,
Well,
isn't
more or less full health. They're just taking a bit of burning. Because no one's done anything to them.
Yeah, I'll try to. Acrobatics, yeah?
Yeah.
It's going to be. But I've got bardic
You
inspiration.
can use it for this or the valve. One of the two.
I'm going to use it for this because I rolled a 13, but it's a 12. Plus 2. 14.
You managed to weave your way through the gummy bears. The DC was 13.
Well, good job I used that bardic inspiration.
You get through them. They kind of try to jab you, but kind of avoid them and get to the valve.
I'm going to try to turn the valve.
Turn the valve.
Athletics, right?
Yep. Get a 15.
I rolled a 17
You
plus 5, I think.
You turn the valve, just finish turning, just kind of spin it desperately, and it locks and goes zzz, and the gummy bears just turn into normal gummy bears. And they kind of shrink. They don't have weapons anymore. And they're just not mean anymore. And the ooze covering everything just turns into normal cookie dough. It just dries up.
I look around. Will's not up. If we're not in combat, I'll whack a first aid on her.
Yeah, you whack a first aid on her, and Will, you are up.
There's 1d4 in it.
And and you're all covered in bruises and
3.
chocolate and candy. You're basically, you're basically a sundae at this point. You're covered in chocolate and sprinkles.
Yay.
Is the outline of Biros still on the ground?
It's still there.
Okay, so RaQui's going to fly down and start just going to take a little notebook out of her pocket and just start walking around it and like examining stuff.
I will tell you, it is exactly the same kind you found before.
Yeah.
I'll radio in.
As soon as you go, the doors burst open, the cookie dough flying all over the place, and the authorities come in.
And I want to hold my hand up.
Rodnar goes in and says, Harold, what you all see, literally through the door is a minotaur in this suit bursting at the seams. Just going, Detective Rodnar here. Is everyone okay?
You're contaminating my crime scene.
Oh, crime scene's gone. He burst in, the wind blew the ashes away. There's nothing left.
I'm just gonna activate my first aid on myself and everyone else.
Just gonna make my way back down. I'll put the weapons back into the module. I don't know how that works.
You just dismiss it.
I'll make my way down. As I go towards Rodnar, though, can I point at Dagobert?
Yeah. I will say actually, is Dagobert still hiding?
Yep.
Make a perception check to see if you see Dagobert.
I'm not good at this.
Though I will tell you, Dagobert, you're looking from where you're looking, you're kind of surrounded. There's cops everywhere.
19.
19. I think you had rolled an 18, right?
I rolled a 19. I get nothing else.
You immediately pinpoint Dagobert where he's hiding.
Okay. You there. Do not move. I have questions for you. You knew the man who did this.
I shot the man who did this.
RaQui, you get 6 points of health back because I used 2 charges on you.
Okay.
And
Thanks.
Errol, I'm going to use 2 charges on you, and you get 5 points, and I got 5 points back.
Has that spent all your charges?
That's 6 of my first aid charges.
Okay.
So I've got 4 left.
Cool. As soon as you use the last 4, that module is done.
I know. That's why I'm keeping it.
Behind Rodnar comes who you know is his partner, Detective Manny Palik. It's again a dude in a very classic suit with a vest and a tie. He's a hobgoblin. And he comes in. What up, Errol? What kind of mess you got here, man? Don't worry, we got your partner out. He's resting with the paramedics. You should maybe check in on him. Got a nasty hurt. Good thing is, he's what he is, so he can take the bump.
He is what he is.
Yeah. What do you
I
mean?
know what that means.
I mean, he's your partner.
Does everyone know what that means? I don't know what that means.
Rodnar, they're both looking at you very you're confused, did you hit your head or something?
He's been my partner for 3 hours.
Oh, right. Well, you know what? You talk to him. I think it's better if you talk to him. It's not my place, that kind of thing,
I point at Dagobert again, though, and I go, that man knew Biros, who's the man who did this. And then I...
Yeah. Everybody who's here, I'm Detective Manny Palik. I need you all to come with me. We need to take you to the Boise City Police Department. Please come with us. And that's to all of you. You've just heard Boise City Police Department.
Yeah.
That-
What
Make a history check. This is incredibly easy knowledge, so make a history roll.
Can you remind me how I spell that?
Boichez.
18.
This is the capital of Meru. This is a whole country away. 18 at home.
Okay. Right. Sorry, where are we?
Miss, you know what? Come on, we'll answer all your questions, and we're going to ask a few of our own, you know?
Yeah, that's fine. Are there any casualties still around?
Don't worry, miss. We have that under control.
Good to know.
And as you all begin to file away, and Dagobert, you kind of corralled between a few cops, and led outside to where, you know, everyone, there's been a bit triage for those who were hurt, but are outside, and people are trying to find out what's going on. We're going to leave our first episode here.
Can I just check if Volderies
He's
got
outside.
Out? Okay.
He's outside.
He's outside.
Yes.
Okay. Cool.
You see your Githzerai colleague, dressed as always, navy on navy on navy on navy, because he likes the color and he just wears navy. He's outside, very like frantically looking for you, which is strange for you because he's usually very chill. But you know, it's an eventful day.
Can we end the episode with Dagobert's mugshot? That's like the last thing.
We'll take care of the mugshot next session. For now, he's not been convicted of anything. But that is going to be the end of our first episode, Sweet Bite. And I would like to welcome everyone, including my players, to this new campaign, Aetherseed Cycle of Stars. And if you think a candy factory full of living candy is weird, buckle up.
Oh, no.
Oh no.
So I think that's all for tonight. I think I'll just go around the room where we can tell you who they are and who they've been playing. And if they wish to do so, they can tell you where you can find them online. If not, that is their wish. So let's go the reverse way. Kat.
So I'm Kat, and I have been playing RaQui MriTtyur today.
Yep.
Yeah.
Ash.
Hi, I'm Ash. I've been playing Dagobert Swiftfoot. The only one not to go down today. Cheers.
There's time to change that. Jade.
I am Jade. I play Will-O-Wisp Soul, and you can see me on 5 different Instagram accounts, but I will only name one of them, which is BBDC Marvel Squishy.
You really need to trim those a bit, I think.
Just that one. And
Yeah.
then you can also find me on Twitter and Facebook as well.
Okay. And last but not least, Nate.
I'm
one.
Nate. I've been playing whichever name. I answer to anything at this point. I've been playing Errol / Aurelius Giovanni Remenash. You can find me on Twitter. I am the littlest sidekick or the tiniest sidekick. I can't remember which.
Very good. Thanks everyone for watching. Thanks for joining us for this first episode. And the only thing I can say is, again, thanks for watching. We hope you had a good time, and we will see you next time. Bye.